ball is getting hit. That's it.
It's gonna be football now.
What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it?
Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now.
Let's go.
Let's hunt.
We ready. I'm going to
We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up your chin straps.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from them.
He's a man. They can be hit just like us. He's a man.
You already make the big money.
He's a man.
Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there.
When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like.
Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world.
What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it?
All right, everybody, y'all know, y'all can tell by the intro, you can tell by how we came on tonight, what type of time we are on. What time is game time. It's the playoffs time. We grinded for the last 18 weeks for this very moment. Now the moment is here. So we're going to get this thing started off right. I am souped up, and I hope my co-hosts are as well. I mean, hey, what can be better? The top 14 teams in the league is here to battle it out. We are about to separate the winners from the pretenders. So with that being said, how y'all weekend go? How we doing this weekend? Did everybody have a good weekend? Or was it a chill weekend? If I started off, I had a restful weekend, I guess. You know, I didn't do much Monday. Didn't do much Saturday. Sunday, I had basketball practice. I'm going to just go ahead and tell you, the coach got mad and quit because he didn't like the type of ball that we play. So he quit. So the team voted me as the head coach now.
Sound good. That's what's up.
I know this is a football podcast, but let me break it down to you. The coach used to play for Duke in probably the 60s. I mean, he's about to turn 70, so let's do the math. He turns 70 in a couple months, so do the math. 18 years, 19, 20, 21, 22 when you were playing at Duke, and you in the 70s, so that was what, 45, 50, that's about 55 years ago. So with that being said, we talking about what, the 60s maybe?
About the 70s.
Anyway, the only people that has played any type of coordinated basketball in any levels on the team would have been myself. I'm going to just say at that practice, myself, Mitchell, you know him. Everybody know him. Mark Jones, because I recruited him to play, so me and him on the same team together now, cousin Mark. You feel me? Little Mark. And my dad was out there. My dad is 61 years old. So I want you to understand that it was 3 people out there that has played basketball, but we running college offenses and NBA offenses. And so the guys on the team, they were so focused on what spot to be in, where to go, you know what I'm saying? Then they wasn't relaxed. So instead of us running those college offenses, Mark was on one team, we were going to head up. Mark was on one team and I was on the other team. I looked at Mark and said, look, I ain't running these plays. I'm going to do a motion offense. I'm going to attack my mix matches. And if the shot is open, take the open shot if you're a shooter. Mark had his team pretty much running the same offense. The coach got mad and said he called that street ball, and he refused to coach a team that's playing street ball. But the good part about it, once we started activating the offense, them guys that really had never played basketball, no more than just shooting around their backyard, they got comfortable. They was reacting instead of anticipating instead of thinking. Their mind was free. And we did excellent. But the coach came to me after practice and said, look, I refuse to coach a team that's played street ball. I said, look, did you see anybody throwing their balls off anybody's face? Did you see anybody cross a person up and then just pull the ball up and start laughing and dancing and pointing at it while you're on the ground? I said, did you see anybody throw a ball off the backboard and do something fancy between their legs behind the back pass? I said, the only thing we did was we exploited the mismatches. We hit the fast breaks when it was time to do a fast break. I mean, he's in that Earl Salem mind frame. He wanted us to make 15 passes before we shoot the ball.
Oh, shit.
You see? You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah.
And like I said, like we said, now, if it was a team full of me, Marks, and, if it was a team full of people that play basketball, we can run that offense. But you can't run that offense when you're trying to get people in the right positions. And by the time you get everybody in the right positions and trying to tell them what to do, that, your offensive possession is almost gone. You're going to come up with a bad shot.
Right.
But anyway, so now it seems like I am the coach of a men's basketball team. And so me and Mark will coach the team. I asked Mark, was he serious about playing? He said, yeah, I'm here. I got you. I said, well, let's coach it. Help me coach it. So we're going to run this team, get uniforms and get in the gym for practices. We're going to do our thing. I'm excited about it. And I'm getting better every week. I'm getting better. Jump shot starting to become back period. I ain't shooting Stephen Curry numbers yet or Dame Little numbers yet. But I'm right there at I'll say the guard for the Suns. I'm just as accurate as he is right now.
You talking about Devin Booker?
Yep. I ain't saying 50, but sometimes how his game is. He shoot the open jump shot and hit it when he open. He got the mid range and he take it to the basket too. I ain't saying that I'm him, but I'm just saying right now I'm hitting my mid ranges is on fire. I'm hitting my open threes coming off curls. I'm taking it to the rack. Now my dad was a little mad. My dad told me, look, I'm too big to be running the offense. But shucks, it ain't nobody else on my team. Me and Mark was going head to head. He had to pick a team and I had to pick a team. He couldn't run it because he couldn't run my offense because he was playing against me. You see what I mean? I had to run the offense. Dad told me, you should be down there banging. Man, you got to forget that mess when I was 18 years old when I was down there banging. I'm not no banger no more. Hey, Jay, when the last time you see me down there banging? I don't bang. I'm a small forward or a shooting guard, ain't I?
It's been about 20 years.
Yeah, we used to hoop out there. You ain't see me down there banging, man. You see me pushing that rock, hitting them jump shots, hitting them in between, coming off the curls, hitting the threes. Me and Jay used to play King of the Court. We couldn't be stopped out there. We used to win us a lot of money. But anyway, this is a football podcast. That was my weekend. I'm sorry I went long. I do apologize. I keep it short for the rest of the night. So how were y'all weekend? Hello?
Mine, I'll go first since somebody wants to say nothing. It was pretty all right. I mean, it was my first week of work last week, so trying to get adjusted. Being back into being on post, working for DOD, but I can't complain. Of course, today was a big stunt because of the weather. We all still trying to bunker in and get ready for this thing to blow over overnight. But the weekend was all right. It was the first weekend with my daughter going back to Texas. So I had to clean house, all the stuff that I let her get away with. Finished putting the rest of the cars in the backyard. But for the most part, I just try to relax, man. I ain't do too much. Watched a couple upsets. I mean, I went to sleep thinking that the Dolphins were going to go ahead and take care of that, but I woke up with a different outcome, which, hey, on any given Sunday, we always had that problem. But I'll save the rest for when we go over all the stuff we want to go over today.
That sounds fine with me. Yeah. So what about you, Mitch, Jay?
My weekend was it was a chill weekend or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The weather was kind of nasty here. A lot of rain and stuff, so I ain't really get outside and play much. I just sit in the crib watching sports, playing Call of Duty. Give me some rest.
Let me know when you're on, cause look, I got a PS5 now. My wife surprised it with me about 2 weeks before Christmas. I ain't no good, but if I get on the team good enough, I usually end up out of them 50 teams that they drop into that game. We usually end up about 5th or 6th. I'm okay if I'm playing with a group of people.
Oh, well, just follow my lead, man.
I do have one question. I'm sorry. Now, when you get up there, the longer you play, is it? I mean, because right now I can shoot somebody. I mean, they don't die. Is it because I ain't got enough points to get better guns and stuff? What is the thing with that?
Well,
Is that what it is?
Each gun, you know what I'm saying, you rank them up the more you play with them or whatever, and then that way you can add more attachments and different things like that, bigger clips, grips and beams and just different upgrades of scopes and different things like that or whatever, the more you play with that particular gun.
I can hit somebody 15 or 20 times and it won't kill them right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Somebody probably got better ammunition than you know what I'm saying?
What about body armor? Do they get better body armor too, or no?
No. Everybody get 3 plates or 3-plate vest.
Okay, because I know I was in this one mission where we had to collect money bags. We did pretty good on that.
Oh, that was plunder. Y'all were playing plunder.
We did pretty good.
Yeah.
We were flying on helicopters and stuff. That was pretty cool. What about you, Jay? I'm sorry, audience. Sorry about that.
Shoot, you good. Shoot, my weekend was chill, man. I ain't do much. Sit back, chill with the family as usual.
Okay. Well, y'all heard the intro. We set it off with Ray Lewis saying, "What time is it? It is playoff time." So now that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get in it. I mean, I'm shooting from the hip today. I ain't do no researching. I'm doing a full-length, season-long eye test. I ain't got no stats. I don't need them. It's just how I feel and what I think and what I seen for this year. So with that being said, we're going to transition right on into it. What did y'all feel about these games this weekend? I can say I wasn't impressed, for one, because, some of these starters didn't play. Some starters did play, some didn't play. I did look at some stats. I wasn't writing them down. I was impressed with Dak's year. Dak had the most touchdowns, and his interceptions was light. He didn't have a whole lot of interceptions this year. You know what I'm saying? I'm impressed with that. So with that transition in, we're going to talk about who our offensive MVP is of the year. And I hate to say this, but I'm gonna give it to Dak for me because I'm a numbers man. I always said it. I'm not gonna convert from my numbers when it comes to his wins, when it comes to his touchdowns, when it comes to his yards. He ended up third. He ended up third in yardage, but I still think that was very impressive. And I'm gonna jump on that Cowboy bandwagon and give it to Dak. That is my offensive player of the year.
I'm gonna second you with Dak Prescott or whatever. The MVP has been a quarterback's award for a long time or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big Christian McCaffrey fan. He got 1,400 yards, 14 TDs, 67 receptions. But it's been a quarterback's award for I don't know how long now, consecutive years. And I don't like how they don't get me wrong, Lamar Jackson having a hell of a year or whatever, but I don't like how the MVP voting is been between Dak and Purdy for I don't know how long. And just off one win that Lamar Jackson got over the 49ers, he just leaped over everybody just off that win over the 49ers. And you look at Dak, 4,500 passing yards to Lamar Jackson's 3,600. Dak got 36 touchdown passes to Lamar Jackson's 24. Dak got a QBR of 105.9 to Lamar's 65.1. So if Dak don't get the MVP after this year, he could really ought to be MVP and most improved. After leading the NFL in interceptions last year, they're putting together Pat Mahomes type season this year or whatever. If he don't get it this year, he'll never get it.
Got you. Can I give? I ain't gonna give you no pushback, but I just want to give you a different perspective before I move on to the other co-hosts. I really think the reason why they say that about Lamar Jackson because I'm going based on numbers. That's why I'm giving it to Dak, based on his numbers, based on his interceptions, based on his passes, based on his touchdowns. But I can understand why people are giving it to Lamar too. They're giving it to Lamar because Lamar beat the teams that he's supposed to have to beat for one. He got an awesome record against the winning teams in winning or the teams that made it to the playoffs too. Three is, the Baltimore is built and based upon how Lamar moved, how he go, and how he played that day. So when it comes to most valuable player, if you're looking at the whole entire package when it comes to the team, and if he played good, think about this. Just like, and I'm gonna be honest with you, just like that, if Dak don't play good, Cowboys look bad. Lamar, if he don't come to play every single game, they look bad. But Lamar has put his team on his back. So that's my thought about that. But I'm still giving it to Dak. I'm gonna show Dak some love because this is the first year I felt like he's been worth anything to me. All right, like Bill Goldberg, who's next?
Well, it's 3 or 3.
I'll go next.
I gave it to Dak.
I'll say Dak. I mean, of course, you already know. It's hard for me it's hard for me to vote for him. But I mean, I give him his due diligence. He did what he had to do on the football field this year. And if y'all recall what I said last week, I said between the Eagles and the Cowboys, whoever got home field advantage, I believe will take it further. So they won that home field advantage. I believe they're gonna take it a little bit further. But I got a little bit to add to the offensive MVP. I would have to say it was tough not to add Stroud in there. But I'll put him more as the rookie of the year. That's why I chose Dak over that because I'm pretty sure he got that sold up. Rookie of the year.
That's sold up.
That.
Well, sound like it's a unanimous decision.
Pretty much.
Dak Prescott, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, guys, finally we agree on something. I'm pretty sure the energy y'all were giving me today, we're gonna have plenty to disagree about. I don't want this show to be lame. I second that. I third that. It's a unanimous decision. I want to get into some of that controversy. Y'all were talking junk to me earlier today, so I'm with everything to come. But we're gonna transition into defensive player of the. And whoever go, I went first last time, so anybody can go. Who would you think the defensive player is of the league right now?
Mine is Parsons. Another Cowboy, 14 sacks this year. He causes the most problems or whatever. If you sit back and look at any game and you just focus on him, when he don't get the quarterback, he getting held every time. When you don't see Dak Prescott back there in the backfield being disruptive, just rewind it back and see why. He got Joe pulling them all up around. They pull, you know what I'm saying? He's being held. He is the most disruptive player in football. I got to give it to him. He's the person that every team you got the scout report, man. He's lined up everywhere. He's just he's a nightmare. Parsons.
And the league gonna have to do something about. They're gonna have to do something about that too. When a man halfway by you and you got him held, you know what I'm saying, like that right there. That's a hole, man.
Yeah,
that man halfway by you, man. You gotta let him go. You can't hold that man like that.
Man, you can't expect.
He's doing these podcasts and he's pissing the refs off. Cause he's like, yo, next game, you watch how many times I get held and it don't get called and stuff like that. Referees go into the game. That's why I say, yo, get off that podcast until the season over with. Because you're showing the refs up every single week. Like, okay, we're going to fix him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Jay, you going with Parsons as well?
No, I gave it to Bland. Bland to be an undrafted player, to be on the practice squad, to get the most interceptions in a year, most returns for touchdowns. You know, Bland is my man. Gotta give it to him.
Yeah.
All right, DC Snipe, what you got going
on? Mine will be T.J. Watts. Got the most sacks this year. You know, but I believe he got injured with his knee this past week. I don't know if he's gonna make it. I don't know if he's out this year for the rest of the season or not. But if he is, the Steelers are in trouble.
He's not. They expect him to miss the next game though. They say it's an MCL sprain.
Well, that next game is controversial. This wild card weekend.
That's true too.
Might not be another game, especially when they playing the Bills. Oh yeah, he for the Steelers. They playing the Bills. He won't be no another game. He out for the season. he out for the season. He out for the season. Okay. All right. My pick. I mean, all of those are great picks. When it came to that, I looked at the defense in a whole. The defense as a whole, and so I'm going with Myles Garrett. He's the third in sacks.
I knew you were going to say that.
He's the third in sacks. He's the third in sacks, but he also stopped the run too. He also have a great defense that was built behind him, and I would really have landed with Michael Parsons if I wouldn't have seen that Bills game. Michael Parsons laid on his back, and he watched that running back run over his chest the whole entire game because he's not a run stopper. Darius Miles still, I think his name Darius Miles. No, I'm sorry, Miles Garrett. Miles Garrett. He can stop the run, and he literally, just like Parsons, he can literally control the offensive flow of the opposing team. So in which he's a very long shot, I'm pretty sure. You got your front runners, your sack leaders, your Michael Parsons, but I want to give Myles Garrett a shout out because he got that team back in the playoffs. He got that team in the playoffs coming through the hardest division in the NFL, which we already don't have to rehash that, but that division, all of them was winners. Everybody ended up making the playoffs in that division except for the Bengals. The Steelers made it. The Browns made it, and also the best team in the league, which is Lamar and them team, the Ravens, they made it too. Cincinnati, the only one that make the playoffs. So I'm giving to Myles Garrett. He got that many wins and that good of a division, the top division in the NFL. That is my defensive player of the year. Anybody want to give me some kickback on that?
No, Garrett balled out this year.
Yeah, he balled out.
Okay.
But
I
disagree with you. Flacco don't go there. Them boys ain't making no playoffs. It ain't like Myles Garrett. They just shutting teams down and all. So you know what I'm saying? It would look ugly for him with my man that was rubbing on them girls. Got hurt. What's my man's name?
Deshaun Watson.
When he got hurt, it would look ugly for the boys till they called Joe Flacco up there off his cap.
Yeah. I agree. I can't disagree. But I still just like their defense as a whole. And it was only a few teams that beat the Ravens, and the Browns were one of them.
Yeah, no doubt.
The Browns were one of them. All righty then. So, did everybody get a chance to look at the matchups for this week?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did.
All right, so I'm gonna just call them out for people that might be watching, or the people that will watch once it get posted on these media sites and so YouTube and all of that. We have Browns versus Texans. We have the Dolphins versus the Chiefs. We have the Steelers versus the Bills. The Packers versus the Cowboys. The Rams versus the Lions, and the Eagles versus the Bucks. So, with that being said, which matchups, which team, I'm going to say this, which team that you don't want to see? What is a team that's gelling so good that I don't care what division it's in, you just don't want to see them, even if it's at the Super Bowl? Which team would that be?
Me personally, right now, it's the Rams. The Rams is scary to me or whatever, because man, you don't never know what to expect with them boys, man. They got a top 5 quarterback in Matthew Stafford. Cooper Kupp is one of them receivers that ain't fast, but he's always open. He's a great route runner, and that rookie, that
They
wide
got a
receiver
rookie.
they got. I forgot about him. It'll be between him and Stroud for rookie of the year, because I believe that boy got 1,000 yards receiving this year.
He broke some records. I can't think of his name. I think either 47 or 17. But yeah, I know it's funny. It's a funny name. It's hard to pronounce. But I know you're talking about.
And they running the ball well. So you know what I'm saying? So they got hot at the right time. Anytime a team get hot right there at the right time, them last 3 or 4 games going into the playoffs, you better watch out, because it always reminds me of the year the Giants went, where they started the season off 0-8 and won like they last 8 or 9 games and went through the playoffs and beat everybody and went to the Super Bowl and won. So I'm always afraid of them teams that get hot at the end of the season like that.
It's that Nakua kid. That boy fast as lightning.
Yeah, that's
Nakua. I know it's so hard to pronounce.
1,400 yards.
Yeah, that boy fast too.
Yeah, 1,400 yards. That's crazy for a rookie. He going to make him a good paycheck. He going to make him a good paycheck. Hey, Mitch, I do agree with you with that getting hot at the right time. I wouldn't have cared if my Bills would have lost that game Sunday. The reason being because we done won like 7 or 8 straight, I think. We haven't lost one since probably week 10 when we couldn't lose. We had to win or we in, or lose and we out, and we won every game. But my thing is now, I just hope we ain't burn our winning streak up. I do think I'd rather play the Steelers at home than to have to go to the Chiefs and play the Chiefs. Or matter of fact, if we would have lost that game, we would have to turn right around and go back to Miami. And I think it would be hard to beat a team 2 times in a row. Me. That's what I think. So I do agree with you on that. So what about you, Luke? What team do you don't want to see?
I'm gonna have to change it up just a little bit. Not that I don't want to see, that I think is sneaky. It's a team that I don't expect. How to say it? I don't expect them. If they can get past this next team, nobody would expect them to get there. That'd be the Packers. The Packers can get past the Cowboys. They got a chance. They're gelling at the right time, almost like the Giants did coming out the wild card. Nobody expect them to get where they at. They there, and nobody expects for them. They think it's gonna be an easy win for the Cowboys, hands down. Like that's gonna be the easiest win to go to the next round. But if they can squeak past the Cowboys, they would be a team that would continue on, that nobody pays attention to, that will sneak through and keep making these wins, or finding ways to make these wins to get through to the end.
I'm sorry to tell you, Lewis, but they are playing at the Dallas Dome. I don't know what the name of the dome is. Dallas don't lose in their house. I'm just saying. I don't expect Dallas to lose. I feel
they're able to sneak by the Cowboys. They will be a team that will be sneaky. It's a big shot, but
I'm showing Cowboys some love. Until they go on the road, I'm not picking against them. I'm not.
Don't get it wrong. Remember, I said last week, between the Eagles and the Cowboys, whoever gets home field advantage, I wanted to see. I said they could make it to the championship. They're gonna make it to the championship round. But I'm just saying, if they can squeak by the Cowboys, they the team that you might want to be like, hold on, hey.
They got home field advantage for the first 2 rounds. I don't see them losing.
Right.
They ain't lost a game.
I really hope they don't either. I want to see it come out the NFC East, even though my team may have a dying chance for anything. We just killed Rivera, so we can go ahead and put him 6 feet down so we can go ahead and get the rest. But it is what it is.
I got you. What about you, Jay? What's the team that, a good hot team that you just like, no matter who it is, that the team just will be cringing that they want to see, that they don't want to have a matchup with?
I mean, it's only one. To me, it's only one scrappiest team that's in the mix right now, and that's the Pittsburgh Steelers. They the scrappiest team that keep finding a way. I told my big cousin Gerard Curtis, shout out to Big G. I told him, boy, they're the luckiest team I know right now. You know what I'm saying? But they scrappy, man. It's hard to say with them, you know what I mean? Because I picked against them just about half of our whole podcast season. You know what I'm saying? And every time I picked against them jokers won. You know what I'm saying? So any team that faces them you can't plan that it's gonna be a W in your column. You know what I'm saying? Because they scrap.
Yes, Lord.
They scrap.
Okay. Well, the hot team for me that I don't care what side of the division is it on. I'm not going to cherry pick, but I think it's the Baltimore Ravens. They got a good defense. Their offense is humming. They got the receivers is putting up big numbers. They got a great tight end, and they got a generational quarterback. So I think it's the Baltimore Ravens. And I would say the 49ers, but I do know if you got a good enough defense to rattle Purdy, he's a render a non-factor. And if he's not on, the 49ers don't look like the same thing. So for me, it would be the Baltimore Ravens. I think everybody's scared to see them.
Only because
of
the time. You say you're a stats man. If you look at their receivers, ain't that one of them in the top 10, ain't that one of them in the top 20 as far as receiving yards.
He spread the ball. He ain't like that. He ain't like that. He ain't gonna throw it to him. He ain't like that. He ain't gonna throw it to the same receiver 20 times in one game. He spread it around. He looked for the open man. He don't force it.
And look, you gotta say, Dak throwing it, but he catching it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, look for Dak to spread the ball around too. We know everybody gonna key off on CD Lamb. You know what I'm saying? We already know that. Coming into the playoff, they're gonna try to lock CD Lamb down. We're gonna need big games from Gallup and big games from Cook.
I agree. I do think in the playoffs he don't need to key to him as much as he was.
Because one thing I want him to sleep on Gallup. I think Gallup is ready. We ain't targeted much this season, but I think coming into the playoff, Gallup gonna step up big for us.
Yeah,
Cook too. Yeah, we're gonna need him too, because we already know they're gonna double him. They're gonna have him high. They're gonna have one high and one low underneath him all playoff long.
Yeah.
So the other two gonna have to step up.
I watched Dak throws Lamb the ball 4 straight times to turnover on downs in a row. And I'm like, he need to look for other receivers. Just, just to get a defense something else to think about, even if he go back to him. So did everybody get a chance to do that? So now we're going to this week's matchups. When it comes to this week's matchups, what do you think the best game gonna be? I'm gonna go first because I think the best game to me is going to be the Chiefs and the Dolphins. I think that's the best game on the schedule for this week. That's one of the ones that it's going to be a coin flip. The reason why I say that, because right now, you ain't scared of the Chiefs. You know, in the last 3 or 4 playoffs, you didn't want to see the Chiefs. You didn't want to see them. Now, I think the Chiefs on the ropes. I don't think their offense is good as what it should be. And their defense allow people to score points. And until they get their offense worked out, the Chiefs are vulnerable. And then you have Miami. They still haven't beat. They only had one team that they beat that had a winning record, and that was Dallas. So with that being said, I think the Chiefs and the Dolphins game is going to be that's going to be the best matchup game of the weekend. That's it, in my opinion.
Okay. That was my second one. But my first was the Lions and the Rams. I think that's going to be a real good game. And I've always been a fan of seeing, Stafford played with the Detroit Lions and Goff played with the Rams. And I love
it is some by storylines in there. Ooh, yeah.
So I look to see what Stafford want to show Detroit. You know what I'm saying? It is the same way with the Miami Chiefs game. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to play Tyreek Hill. So Tyreek Hill can go into that game extra motivated. Like, see, y'all should have gave me my money. I would have been over there with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So those 2 games are gonna be fun to watch, just to see old players playing against their old teams in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, I'll take one step further. Mine's different from both of y'all. I picked the Green Bay Packers and Cowboys. I think Mike McCarthy want to bust his old team in the face, but I really don't think that they're going. I don't think it's going to be that far of a blowout. I think it'll come down to a fourth quarter, last 4 minutes, who got the ball and how it moves. Whether they're ahead or behind, they can get that first down to run the clock out versus having to kick a field goal or whatnot. I think it's going to come down to that. But I believe Mike McCarthy got something to prove to the Packers for letting them go.
With that game there, Lou, I think if we start fast, the Green Bay ain't gonna stand a chance. If we start slow, we start slow, we'll keep them in the game. But if Dallas start fast, and they ain't gonna stand a chance.
I can see Dallas beating them by 28.
I don't think so.
And you will see that when we pick, and because we doing point spreads, and you will see exactly how I feel about that one.
Vegas got us winning by 7.5 right now.
Right.
I think it'll be way more than that. I believe 17. I said 28 jokingly, but I know it'll be at least 17. You can't stop Dak now. You can't stop Dak in the Cowboy Stadium. You just can't. What's the name of that stadium?
AT&T.
You can't stop. Look, they phone their home too. You can't stop them in that stadium. You can't. It's hard to do. It's hard to do. But I like that. That was thinking out the box. But I don't think that game is going to be close. I actually think that'll be, if it's going to be a blowout game of the weekend. I think that will be the blowout game of the weekend.
It's going to be Eagles and Buccaneers. Eagles going to beat the wheels off the book.
Eagles ain't showed me nothing in 4 weeks, so I don't know about that.
Well, they got something to prove right now.
Well, we forget one thing. Hurt just messed up his finger, his throwing finger.
Did he really?
Yeah, he popped it out.
He dislocated that joker. So
I ain't get that.
It depends on how it feels. And then his number 2 receiver got injured. AJ Brown got injured. So
that tackle where they roll up on the back of you. Mm-hmm. He got rolled up on the back of him and did. Yep.
The Eagles ain't they
in trouble. They in trouble.
I knew you would say that. I knew Mitchell would say that. I knew he was. Okay, so did everybody? Jay, you get a game? What's your game?
I ain't really. To me, all of them gonna be some good games. I mean, I can't say. I can't say none of them really gonna be a total blowout. Uh, even with the Cleveland and Texans game, you know, Texans another scrappy team. You know, them boys scrap. They just like the Steelers. Them boys scrap. They're gonna come ready to fight. They're gonna scrap all game long. So, you know, really Cleveland can't count that as a win either. You know what I mean? Them boys been scrapping. So, you know, I'll stick with them Texans on that. That's gonna be a good game. Uh, I like the games y'all picked. I like, you know, that Miami KC game. That's gonna be a tough game. That's gonna be a high explosion, fun game to watch. You know what I'm saying? As long as Tua can stay composed, you know what I'm saying, and not get overzealous and try to force the ball to Tariq Hill. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna do all right. And you know, Mitch made a great point with LA and the Lions. That's gonna be a great rivalry between the two quarterbacks to see who the best. You know, that's gonna be a great game. So I mean, you know, we're gonna see. It starts Saturday, so we're gonna see.
Yes, sir.
Now, something just popped up in my mind. I'm freestyling here, but which game do you think will be the upset? Looking at the games being played this weekend, I think the upset game will be the Browns versus the Texans. If it's a team that I think going to lose, that shouldn't lose the first weekend out of the playoffs, I think could possibly be the Browns. What would be your upset pick?
My upset pick, Buccaneers over Eagles.
That's another. That's another.
I can easily see that happening though. With
Me
a
too,
hurt,
because when they play
with a hurt quarterback and a hurt receiver, that's not the biggest shock to me. I already know he's injured. I would say the biggest shock to me would probably be the Lions over the Rams.
The Lions over the Rams.
Over the Rams.
The Lions are that ain't no upset. The Rams just didn't make the playoffs. The Rams just didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, they got 12 wins. I give it to them. They won again against the teams that weren't all that tough. But Rams are gonna test them.
I don't know. I was shocked when I was doing my research. I didn't even know the Rams made the playoffs. I ain't heard nothing about them all year. I ain't heard nothing.
But if you look at their division, you look at their conference, they all had like 11, 12, 10 wins. So you wouldn't have thought because they were like third. They were hiding in third for the longest. But then when they came to play the Cowboys, it was right against the door, and they lost. And now that determined whether they were going to be first or second. And they lost, and it slid them to third. So they had to.
I didn't know the Rams had 12 wins. I didn't know the Rams won 12 games.
Well, not the Rams, the Lions.
Oh, okay.
Now the Rams, you're right. They are another team that you didn't pay too much attention to because they were win lose. It wasn't consistent, and then they were in, and it's like, oh dang, they pulled it off.
So now, I mean, to add to your point, I'm really not impressed with the Lions because the Lions will win a good game and then they'll get blowed out. I've been saying that for the last 10 weeks.
That's why I said you asked me what's the biggest upset? They'll be an upset to me because I don't expect them to show up and show out.
I'm picking the Rams to win that game.
I am too. Oh no, I'm not. I'm picking the Lions. I don't even know yet. I swear.
Yeah, you say that till we say about make our pick. Then you sleep on that one. You sleep on that one.
Yeah, I don't even know yet about that. I got a couple toss-ups right now. I got a couple of toss-ups. The only ones I know for sure is the Cowboys and Packers, the Bills and Steelers, and the Eagles and Bucks. I feel like the other ones could go either way to me. Yeah. All right, then. So that's your upset. Hey, Jay, did you put one out there?
Of course, I'm gonna say if the Green Bay beat my Cowboys, I might have to call out to work Monday.
Me too.
Y'all ain't losing that game. Y'all was not. I hope I don't.
Hey, look.
I hope I don't talk y'all into a loss. I hope I don't talk y'all into a loss. But I doubt it.
I've been talking so much over the past couple of days, boy. I'm trying to tell you, I might have to hide for 2 days.
Shoot, I'm gonna burn.
Hey, you gotta walk around with your head held high.
Yeah, so
All righty then.
Hey, hold on. Y'all curses on the line. Y'all have not made it past this round in years.
Yeah.
So that curse is on the line.
You got it.
All right. Well, we're gonna get into
Hold on.
we're gonna rank the teams. We're gonna rank the teams from 1st to 14.
I got mine.
So whoever want to go first, you can go. I will go last. Or I can go first. Don't matter.
So
I'll go. All right. Hey, number one, I got the Ravens at 1, Cowboys at 2, Browns at 3, 49ers at 4, Dolphins at 5, Bills at 6, Lions at 7, Chiefs at 8, Texans at 9, Rams at 10, Steelers at 11, Eagles at 12, Bucks at 13, and Packers at 14.
Okay.
Me, I got the Ravens at 1. I got the Cowboys at 2 as well. I got the 49ers at 3. I got the one team that beat the 49ers and the Ravens, the Cleveland Browns at 4. I got the Rams at 5. I got the Lions at 6, Chiefs 7,
Can y'all hear me? Because I can't hear Mitchell.
Yeah, I got you.
I can hear Mitch.
Mitch.
We lost you at 6. We lost you at 6, bro.
Go out and come back in. Okay, I hear you now. Start your list over again. We lost you.
Oh, okay. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. We lost you after 6.
All right. I got the Ravens 1, Cowboys 2, 49ers 3. Like I said, the Browns at 4, the one thing that beat the 49ers and Ravens. Rams 5, Lions 6, Chiefs 7, Bills 8, Dolphins 9, Eagles 10. I got the Texans 11, Steelers 12, Packers 13, and the Buccaneers in last at 14.
What about you, Jay? Do you need a minute? And if you do, I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Now it's time for the real list because y'all just talking crazy.
Here we go.
Ravens at 1. 49ers at 2, where they should be. Dallas at 3, where they should be. Bills at 4, where they should be. Lions at 5, where they should be. Browns at 6, Miami at 7, Rams at 8, Chiefs at 9, Eagles at 10, Texans 11, Packers 12, Steelers 13, and Bucks 14. Coming out last. I feel so much hate. I feel so much hate on my Bills when they got the longest winning streak in the NFL right now. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I just don't understand. I don't understand y'all. I mean, y'all just hating on me because y'all hating on them because I like them. I mean, it shows. Even though y'all like Dallas, I still show Dallas some love. I've been coming around. Y'all be y'all be just as look. Be like me. Be like me. Even though I don't care for Dallas that much, if they win it, I give them the respect. I even nominated Dallas for Player of the Year on offense. I mean, that y'all hate, man.
And we thank you. And I'm gonna go ahead with my list. I got the Ravens at 1.
What Buffalo Bills games are you watching?
Go ahead, Julian. Go ahead, man.
I got the Ravens at 1. I got the Cowboys. I got San Fran. I got Detroit. I got your Bills. I got the Bills in the top 5.
Thank you, because they should be.
I got the Browns. I got the Chiefs. I got the Dolphins, Eagles, Houston, L.A., Pittsburgh, Green Bay, and Bucks.
All right. Now I want to get down to the nitty gritty. Where do everybody have the Chiefs at? I got them at 9.
I got them at 8.
I got them at 7.
Okay. And where you got them at, Jay?
7.
So it's 6 because
That's
7 about 8.
That's because we all feel that the Chiefs is middle of the pack. That's all I was trying to figure out.
Right.
Yeah,
Where did everybody have everybody had the Eagles at? I got them at 10.
11. I got them at 11.
Number 9. I got them number 9.
Okay, so we are on the same page for these people. Okay, I just wanted to know.
I think we consistently got it right about the Bills then. I mean, we all the same consistency here.
Hold on, no, that me and Johnny were the only one got it right. Johnny the only one that wasn't hating.
Who said it was right?
I put them in the top 5.
Two people was on one side and the other two was
exactly.
I got the Bills at 8.
I got the Bills at 6. So that's 7.
Oh well, shoot, no, it ain't.
I put them at 5,
and I got them at 4. So Mitchell, you wrong.
So
you wrong. They should be all higher than that.
Trust me,
4 and 8. 4 and 8 is 6.
Hey,
I got them at 4. Go ahead, Mick. Go ahead, Mick.
I say it's too many flukes involved in their win. Just like the ones against the Dolphins, the ball will hit somebody, and then this my man just so happened to catch the ball and have it. Come on, man, get them fluke wins, and your quarterback throwing fadeaways with interceptions all game long and still win. He throwing all across the field. He leads.
But I mean, see now I'm about to start slinging mud. I don't penalize Dallas for not winning nothing but 2 games against winning opponents. You 2-6. You 2-6. That's what I mean. But I still got Dallas at 3. You 2-6 with people that you played over 500.
Okay.
You are 2-6 with playoff teams. The teams that y'all played us in the playoffs,
they were all away games.
4 of them beat y'all. 4 of them beat y'all now.
They were away games.
Hey.
They're away games, not home games.
Hey, Kelvin.
They were controversial.
I got Cowboys at 3, even though I know in my back of my mind they don't beat winning teams. They don't beat good teams. I still got them at 3 because I'm respecting the win-loss ratio.
No.
So okay, the win-loss ratio is it the same? Is it the same consistency? Is it the same consistency with win-loss? Is it the same consistency as week to week?
But y'all ain't giving. I don't think y'all giving the Bills any weight for their winning streak.
They had a winning streak. I give it to them.
Y'all don't give them that respect.
I give it to them.
I know you did. Thank you, cuz.
But they got the same.
Thank you, cuz. How can y'all? Nah. I'm here to go in on this. I said I was bringing the smoke. I'm about to bring it. Because I'm trying to think about this. Now I really thought about something. They the number 1, they the number 2 seed in the playoffs. So it's only 3 teams it's 2 teams that's actually better than them, and then there's only another team that's tied with them. So why wouldn't they be in the top 5?
That's by record. That's just a record.
Don't count. They won their division. They won their division
for the same reason that the Florida State had a better record than the rest of them and didn't make it to their playoff. It's a record.
And you see what happened. And look, that was the best call they ever could have made. Because you see what happened when they played a type of playoff national championship talent too, right? They got blew out by 50 something.
Okay, so aren't we the
wasn't it 64 to 6?
Bills are ranked 6 right now.
Nah, man, I just thought about that thing. We the second seed. We the second seed on one of the sides.
Where were they in your picks? Where were they in your number of picks?
I got them at 4.
Why not 2?
Because you got two for one. You got the Ravens that scored a bye, and you got.
said they were the second best. Why weren't they number 2 on your list?
I said they the second seed in their division.
Okay, second seed. Why weren't they number 2 on your list?
Because you got to understand. I got a team. I'm giving respect to the 49ers. I'm giving respect to the Ravens. I even showed Dallas some love when I ain't had to, because I could have had Dallas at 4 and could have had the Bills at 5.
But would that make sense?
No. I mean, I could have had I could have had Dallas at Bills at 3 and Dallas at 4. But yeah, it makes sense to me because Dallas is a second seed, and Bills is a second seed. So that second seed could have flip-flopped between second and third or third and 4. I mean, it's third, 3 and 4, either way. I gave it to Dallas because Dallas do have a home winning record, and they're going to be home for the first 2 playoff games.
True.
That's why I gave it to Dallas.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'm going to tell you who the Bills remind me of. They remind me of the Philadelphia Eagles, their first 10 games of the season. Those fluke wins that the Eagles was getting, beating the Redskins in overtime, and beating the Patriots because my man didn't get his toe in. They getting them real getting a bunch of lucky wins. Like they just don't look good.
Well, they did it to us twice.
Figuring out ways to win. The Buffalo won one game, and Josh Allen had them a 94 yards passing the whole game, about 4 interceptions. They still figured out a way and didn't run the ball neither. And still would. It's like it's ugly.
Man, winners win, man. Winners win. Winners win.
That man throwing too many interceptions.
But
that man throwing too many interceptions.
And I do agree. You need to stop it. I do agree. We was on the phone and he was throwing them the other day. I completely 100% agree with everything he's saying. But winners win. Winners win.
That's true.
So I can't hate he make an ugly game win. We can say the same thing about Lamar too. Lamar won a lot of close games, a lot of overtime games, but he was a winner and he wins.
Well, Kelvin, if your Buffalo Bills do something in the playoffs, who they play first game?
We played the Steelers, the best team we could have played. The best team we could have played.
I don't know if y'all want that.
No. Them boys scrapping, man.
Man, I feel like that's a buy for us. I feel like that's a buy for us.
The boys scrapping.
I don't know who calling me. Freaking calling me. They know I'm tied up.
What's Mike Tomlin's record in the playoffs? First round.
I ain't worried about that. Look, and I lied. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to retract it. I'm glad we brought up that. I got to retract it because I said that the ex quarterback for the Bears was the quarterback for the but you got Mason somebody or something. Whatever. It ain't true. It ain't Trubinsky. I thought Trubinsky was their quarterback. Now that I know they started quarterback is that other boy, Randolph. What is his name? Mason Randolph or something? We're going to run them off the field. We're going to run them off the field. That's a bye week for us. That is a bye week for us. That is a practice squad scrimmage. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. If he had a quarterback, I'll be worried. If he had a quarterback, I'll be worried. They went and got Pickett for a reason. Cause they didn't think that Randolph. Did you see how bad he looked this weekend? He did not look good. Not look good at all.
Did they win?
Not look good at all, huh?
Did they win?
I don't know. I think they lost, but then somebody else lost, and they end up getting in the playoffs or something. They might have won. They might have won. I can't remember, but they didn't look good. They ain't look good.
You ain't got to. You got to win. That's what you said.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you a couple key wins Pittsburgh had. And one, I'm gonna tell you one key win and one key loss. And I'm gonna say it's a key loss because the team that beat them barely beat them. And that they beat LA Rams, and they lost to Cleveland by 3. They're better than what you think. But I'm gonna pick Buffalo to win that game, but Pittsburgh better than what you think.
I don't think they're good at all. A lot of their games, you do know a lot of their games, they wasn't even scoring more than like 9 points this year.
Right, but they're all been close losses. All their losses, I done pulled it up. All their losses were close except for one. And that's
what's the highest? What's the highest they scored this year? My computer froze, so
it don't matter how much they scored. They beat the Browns,
and they did that 2 weeks ago. But when
Ravens, they beat the Bengals when they were hot. They beat the Ravens again.
They beat the Ravens when Jamal and every starter on offense and defense was sitting on the bench because they didn't want to get hurt.
Game 5.
They beat the Ravens.
I'm talking about last week.
No, we talking about in the season. They beat them in the game 5. The 5th game of the season. They beat them. So I'm just saying, they scrappy. They are a scrappy team, man.
And all them wins came, and Mason Rudolph was not their quarterback.
I don't know who the quarterback was, but the boy scrappy.
Pickett.
Quarterback.
Yes.
Well, they better go get Pickett.
10-7, and the Bills are 11-6. One game separate now.
Hey, Kelly, well, hey, if your Buffalo Bills do something, I will be the first to apologize and say
I ain't apologizing.
You know the Buffalo Bills are a playoff team. We just look. You got to think Buffalo Bills are a playoff team. We couldn't never get past them pesky Chiefs. But now the Chiefs ain't all what they crack up to be. They ain't got no. They ain't really impressive with offense this year. The Chiefs put them out. The Chiefs or the Bengals usually put them out every single year. You know they go to the playoffs and they're a problem. I mean, what? A couple years. I know a couple years ago it was if they beat the Chiefs, they were going to the Super Bowl. They had that shootout. To beat and the Chiefs beat them in overtime or something like that. But yeah. But now I guess since we don't got our hour in, so let's run through our games of the week picks. And audience, we're doing this a little different this time. We're going to actually pick the team that we want to win, and we're going to pick by how many points, so we can see how we respect these teams or not respect them. So with that being said, the Browns versus the Texans. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I'm going with the Browns as my pick, and I'm going with 5.5. So that means 5.
I think the Texans with the same 5.5.
Okay.
Hey, give me the Cleveland Browns by 7 points.
7 points. Okay. So. Taking me a little long because I'm writing the things down. Okay. All right, Jay, who you going with?
I've been picking the Texans and the Browns all year. That's a hard one for me. My mind say Texans by 5.
All right. All right, you got the Dolphins versus the Chiefs. I'm going with the Chiefs by 6.5. So that may be a touchdown. I'm going with Chiefs 6.5 touchdown.
Dolphins 3.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs by 3 only because Waddle won't be there and what's that other running back name?
Anti somebody.
They got too many injuries.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Jay?
I think Tariq Hill still hurt a little bit. I might have to go with the Chiefs by 10.
I wanted to go with him by 10, but I said, no, I ain't going to be that nasty. I wanted to say 10. I think it'll be a touchdown on the field. I think they'll run him off the field.
I think it'll be
the only team the Dolphins beat when they win the record with Dallas. Yeah. Okay, I got the Bills versus the Steelers. I'm going with Bills by 10.5.
Well, you better quit drinking.
I mean, it is what it is. I think they're going to at least beat them by a touchdown and a field goal, if not a touchdown and 2 field goals.
I got Steelers by 3.
Who you say, Lewis?
Steelers by 3. It's upset weekend for me.
Hey, give me where they playing at?
They playing at the Bills. We ranked 2. They got to come to us.
It's both cold. It's cold as hell.
I don't care. They still got it. Boy, you got them rabid fans that be throwing batteries and be throwing frozen vegetables at you. Oh no.
Hey, give me the Steelers by 3.
Okay. What about you, Jay?
I'm going to say Buffalo by 5, but if they lose, they're going to lose by 3.
All right, I got you. Jay, by 5. So that's pretty much either a field goal or 2. All right, Packers versus the Cowboys. I'm going Cowboys by 17.
Cowboys by 5.
Give me Cowboys 14.
I'm going to say Cowboys. I'm going hot because I'm banking on us starting hot, starting fast. And if we start fast, it's going to be Cowboys by 21.
I got you. I wanted to do 21.
and if it's a close game, I still got Cowboys by 7.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do 21. I was being modest, and so I said 17, but I really wanted to go 21. I don't think they're going to be on.
It depends on
if they come out firing hot.
If we score on our first drive, it's over. That's all we need. When we score on our first drive, get ready. The train just threw another bucket. We just threw another bucket of coals inside the train engine.
I say Dallas score every time they get the ball sometimes. And that's what I feel like they're going to do with the Packers. I don't think the Packers should have made the playoffs, but it is what it is. All right, we got the Rams and the Lions. I'm going with Lions by 3.
Put me down for the same.
Give me the Rams by 3.
I'm going to take the Lions.
The Rams may be believable.
The Rams tough.
I ain't seen them play. So I couldn't tell you.
The Rams tough, but I'm gonna take the Lions by 7.
So that's a touchdown.
That's gonna be the game to separate me right now.
Let me see.
Now I got a couple.
Lou's got a couple. Me and Mitchell were picking lockstep. All right.
Screaming Beagles.
Yeah.
Where we at?
Eagles against the Bucks. I'm going with the Eagles by. They offense is trash, though.
Right.
I don't think the Bucks gonna beat them. So I'm gonna just say Eagles by 5.5.
I'm going
Eagles by 3.
Hey, give me the Bucks. Give me the Bucks by 3.
That just said the Bucks by 3.
And that's gonna be the game that's gonna be the game that tie you back up too.
Right.
Jay, what did you say? Eagles by what?
Eagles by 10.
Okay, yeah. You just I just ran you back in, Mitchell. I ran you back in with that pick. Because now
Bucks, baby.
I just got you back in because Because even if the Lions even if the Rams end up winning, the Eagles gonna beat the Bucks. So then it's gonna be a point spread. Now, if Lewis is gonna be the only one that literally we might not go to points. If the Texans win or the Dolphins win, we don't have to go to the point spread. But if the Texans win and if the Texans lose and the Dolphins lose, Lewis out. Then it's gonna be a point spread between me, you, and Johnny. If the Rams win and the Bucks lose, so that's what it is.
They hot. That young coach and that young player, they hot, man.
Yeah, but I think they need a little bit more experience in the playoff, going against the Lions. And the Lions really don't have none, but they got more vets, I think, in the key positions. Well, guys, we went a little.
This the type of time of year where all of us need to. If we were closer and we can get together and do a live podcast of these games together at B-Dubs or somewhere, that'll be off the chain.
That we could still possibly do something like that, but the way it had to be is we would have to do it just like we're doing it with the games and we were watching the same game in the background.
Yeah,
I would love to.
It had to be the weekend.
Yeah. Well, all the games coming on Saturday and Sunday from here on out anyway.
Yeah.
So
I don't work on the weekends no more. Y'all let me know.
I don't either. But we probably can do one. We'll just have to set up a live stream and then just have the games on in the background. But one thing about it, we figured out Mitchell gonna be about 3 minutes behind us, so that ain't gonna work either. We'll be looking at touchdown score. He'll be still on commercial.
I'm gonna be betting in first place too.
He'll be about 3 minutes behind us. So we hey, he gonna be like, "What's going on, guys?"
It ain't gonna be no fun.
Yeah. That means
So
you gotta cut all your phone and everything off. Don't listen to nothing. You know what I mean?
So what I'm gonna see what I can do. Maybe I got to see if I can take this broadcast and stream it through it while we watching it, and we can be watching it live while we streaming through it. I don't know if I can do that. I might have to call the company and ask the company, is that something that I can do? And then they'll walk me through it. So maybe if I work on it by time the Super Bowl, maybe we can do it for the Super Bowl.
I've seen people do it. They use YouTube TV. I got YouTube TV, so yeah, you just got to make sure it's not copyright infringement or whatever to the NFL to be able to broadcast while live, whatever. But there's certain criteria you should be able to.
If I'm not mistaken, you can only do. That's why I would want to take it on a pirate app, pull it off a pirate app, and sync it to this some kind of way. Because any other way, what we would have to do is we would have to make the screen go black. Like you can watch it for 15 seconds, and then you have to cut it off for 3 seconds or something like that. Right. And then you couldn't play sound or something. You know, it's things you got to do so you won't get copywritten. So if I would do it through a pirate site like Stream East, and I can get it pumping through, and we can see it live, and then we just sitting here and reacting to it, maybe. You know, or just sync it to us, and we watching it while we react, but we got it all on the same link or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll call my broadcasting company and see if that's something that I can even do with this broadcasting studio that I'm using, and if I can work on it, if I would love to try to get it right for the Super Bowl, if not before, but I'm just my target would be the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's why I said it would be better if all of us were together. You know what I'm saying? Watching the game, you know what I'm saying? You probably wouldn't have no problem that way.
We wouldn't, because you might can hear it in the background. We all sitting together, and and you see our reaction, and we talking about it, but the game ain't actually being shown for copyright infringement. So yeah, I got you. All right, guys, I'm sorry I held you, but hey, this show had to be extended a little longer. I mean, you know, so with that being said, I'm signing out. I appreciate y'all guys. Love y'all guys, and stay safe for the week. And I'll see you after the weekend where we get to talk about more exciting the games and everything from this week upcoming. Y'all be blessed.
One more question.
Got you. Go ahead.
What jersey is that you got on? I've been trying to figure it out the whole time.
Oh, this is my throwback Reggie Bush, man. From about 20 years, from about 15, 20 years ago. Throwback Reggie.
I got something to add to that then, since you got that jersey on. My early prediction, since my team ain't in the playoffs, our new head coach will be Harbaugh, and we will be getting Caleb Williams.
I wish y'all head coach would be Eric the Enemy, man. I feel like it's time for him to shine. That's what I think. I think that'll be a bunch of crap.
Ron Rivera being under him kind of burnt the new management. So he might stay offensive coordinator, or he might go to. I think he might go to the Falcons as a head coach. That's what I think he's gonna end up at.
What you
say, Mitchell?
I said I would love for somebody to give Rex Ryan another shot too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm looking at it like this. I think Eric the Enemy need his opportunity. I just want y'all, since we saying this, and don't get me wrong if any white people hear this, because I mean, but let's give our African Americans a chance to shine. We got 3 black head coaches in the league, and guess how many of them made the playoffs?
All of them.
All 3.
All of them.
3 of them. Who the third?
Yeah, we got the Patriots, the Texans, the who? I can't even think of the other one. The Patriots, the Texans, and
the Texans. Yeah, the Steelers, the Texans. Yeah, all of them.
Steelers, Texans, and who else? Hold on, let me look. Oh, Steelers. Bucks. Steelers, Bucks, and the Patriots.
Yeah, that's right.
I forgot about the Bucks.
I mean, Steelers, Bucks, and the Texans.
You got it right.
So yeah. So with that being said, I would prefer it. I would love, because you got a person that's there, offensive genius. He done did his time. He done paid his dues. He has done been fooled and called in for meetings for 10 years plus now. Why go out and run and get a college coach when you got somebody there that can build? That's just me. Because this is a white man's league. It's a white man's league. Yes, I know.
Yeah, but they're going to look at it as a spinoff. His brother's where? In Baltimore, 45 minutes away from him. So yeah, it's one of those. They're going to keep home close to home for him. So they're gonna sell him that you're close to your brother. You could possibly play him in the Super Bowl. You're good right where you're at, and we'll let you build this team the way you want to. Because if y'all haven't noticed, the Commanders have the biggest salary cap free space for money.
Yep.
So he got free reign to build the whole team the way he wants to. Who wouldn't take that?
Mm-hmm.
But they're not going to give that, sadly to say, to Eric Bieniemy. They're not.
Nope.
They're not. Even with Magic Johnson as a partial owner, they're not. Because if you look at the discussion about who's gonna be GM and coach, I didn't see Magic Johnson's name up there. I saw the other owners' names though.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
What it is. It's what it is.
We'll call it would be nice. It would be nice.
It would be.
Yeah, it would.
It'll be nice.
Hey, maybe the Carolina Panthers will do something to bring Eric Bieniemy to North Carolina.
He's going.
No, they should get Harbaugh. They should be. That's what I was thinking when he was talking about Harbaugh. I think he need to go to North Carolina. Let Bieniemy stay right where he at.
They would be smart. They were smart to get him, but I honestly believe he's about 95% sold with going to be a head coach for the Falcons. They've been talking to him for past 2 weeks. So we'll see. That's his early predictions.
Yeah.
I got you. Well, guys, it's late. I usually try to keep us no longer than an hour. We went about an hour and 20 minutes now. So I'm going to shut it down. I appreciate y'all time because I only asked y'all for give me an hour. Y'all gave me the hour. We went over a little bit. So I apologize for the time. All right?
All right. Love.
And I'm signing off. Y'all be good. Peace. Love y'all. Stay safe. Give all the families my love.
No doubt. Y'all be easy.
Let's go. Let's go! Let's go! We made It's a wrap. Game over.